if you had completed that, done the whole thing with Dionys, managed to get the Grimace mark away from her, she was already very weakened because she lost her horns. She's basically human strength level 10. You could have spent a lot of time with her training, talking, stuff like that, and eventually she would have gradually started becoming quote-unquote more human, but she would have started regaining her powers as Sony, and she would have been more in control of her strength because literally no one has ever lived as long as her in like millions of years. Until there was tribes, because they were wiped out, because now they're just used as weapons. And she would have become a long-term very valuable ally to you guys, without a doubt.
That's
a
cool.
general type, if anything.
So at one point, Ashura offered to sort of awaken the soul of the bow. The fuck was that about?
Well, here's the thing.
So that it would be self-aware, like somewhat like her.
All demonic
have the ability
items
to do that?
are basically souls of powerful demons, right?
Yeah.
But their intelligence, their self-worth, their being lies dormant because they're not quote-unquote intelligent item. Ashura is an intelligent item, she's sentient. All of those other demon items are sentient as well, they're just not strong enough yet to manifest their wills.
So you would have had those.
So what the fuck does that do for the user if and when they awaken?
It
Obviously.
depends on the demon. If the demon is a cool guy like Ashura, everything's fine, you just have a very good symbiotic relationship. If he is a prideful asshole, he's basically gonna try to mind control you into becoming his slave.
And if he's the, I don't even remember what his name was, but the dude, like
Storm
King of
King.
Lightning thingy?
You're literally 1/4 Reinhardt.
Yeah,
What?
he's the Storm King, if you remember. He was one
Yeah,
of the
he was a
cool...
part of Reinhardt.
Yeah.
So if we killed him, would we have just got a spear?
You mean Reinhardt?
Yeah.
No, you would not have gotten the spear because the spear was not technically a part of Reinhardt. The spear was crafted for Reinhardt by the legendary blacksmith.
What would he have turned
Here's the
into
thing,
then?
it was mentioned about the runes of power. The legendary blacksmith used a part of his soul and all 12 runes of power to create the perfect spear so Reinhardt can fight the quote-unquote overlord. That's how the legendary blacksmith died and why his wife joined the order, because Reinhardt promised that he'll bring him back once the war is over. But here's the thing, you found out that the legendary blacksmith lied. Here's the thing, in his sword Brizinger that he gave, the final weapon that he gave to his wife, the weapon holds the rune of fire. So Reinhardt's spear technically has only 11 runes of power, which means his spear has a weakness.
Ah, I see.
It's not a perfect spear.
What would he have turned into that transferred him into a weapon?
If Reinhardt had been killed, he could not transform into a weapon. He would have transformed into a pendant.
Oh. What was it do? Lightning? Since that's
The
his
pendant,
lethal
by
power?
the way, is very distinctly in the shape of a cross.
Mm-hmm. See, it's holy.
Because he is God.
Yeah, exactly. That's where his
it's
symbol
not,
comes from.
It's not technically just a cross. Like there's some ornaments on it. Wait, let me see if I have the picture somewhere.
I see.
A more
Or at
important
least
question
the
is,
aspect of Reinhardt that you know, not the real him.
a better question is, what weapon would Vendrick turn into?
Nothing.
Even bigger
Wasn't Vendrick
middle
basically a
finger.
demon by this point?
Well, technically, yeah, in a way, but no.
More like a human with
Oh wait,
dipped
so bootleg
demon.
demons don't become weapons?
Demon coating.
Wait, was he
Oh
good
yeah,
for,
was
he good for anything after
for
being
his
killed?
daughter, if you're still curious if she's still alive, yes. She is technically still alive, though she's being imprisoned and she's been, well, tortured for Grimace amusement.
No, wait,
This
so
is basically where she is and
would
what she looks
would Vendrick's remains have been good for anything after killing him?
like. Nope.
Grima's
God damn it.
really into the chains, I've noticed, and bounding blonde women.
Also,
Yeah,
is that
this
just
is
main
Reinhardt.
overlord?
Grima
then?
hates everything that isn't perfect, basically.
Yeah,
Grima just
he's
main
an asshole
overlord?
like that. By the way,
Do we
Ash,
answer your question,
because
Adam?
this is something only you would appreciate.
Hmm?
Yes, you can romance her. I would have allowed it.
Romance who?
I would have
No.
slit her throat before
Oh, yeah,
she was allowed to.
Actually,
You became so aggressive near the end of the campaign.
Now I need a real answer to this question. Like, I even have my own suspicions, but like, what is 17 stance on Alicia? Why the fuck is he helping her? Why does he even give a shit?
He has been extremely upfront about you. Like he sees himself as the perfect instrument for his field of work, and he sees you as the perfect instrument for your field of work. So since you basically are in your own little worlds are the perfect instrument, it makes sense that you two should be working together, and that's why he's fascinated with you, because
want
you're
the
the
baby?
best when it comes to killing, infiltration, assassination, and he's the best when it comes to information gathering and a few other things. So basically, in his mind, you guys make the perfect pair, and that's why you should be together.
And then we should fucking create a super assassin baby.
Yeah, pretty much. By the way, if it had happened that Reinhardt would, the aspect of him got too corrupted and went AWO before the real Reinhardt could stop him. This is a screenshot of what he would have looked like.
Wait,
his
so-
hair is different, and basically his powers have went out of control.
I mean, I still want my question answered. On a scale of 1 to 10, how gay?
What do you mean?
How gay is who?
How gay is Swordbait? Scale of 1 to 10. We made jokes the entire campaign. I'm curious.
I mean, I was gonna say that. Well, I never intended for him to be gay, because it was expected from his family. Okay, I have to marry this girl eventually. That's gonna be good for the family. He's not thinking about love. He's he's an honor dude. He's a quote unquote knight. I mean,
So
I'm
he
hearing
never
like
gave
three
it
or
much thought. So if
four.
Horatius approaches him like, "Hey, you wanna fuck?" He's gonna be like, "I don't understand. I guess I'm flattered. I just don't. I mean,
I'm
this is
hearing a
confusing,
3 or a
and there's a lot
4
of
here.
emotions that I
I'm
cannot
hearing
figure
that
out
kind of
right
like
now."
gay.
Horatius Senpai,
Adam,
what are we going to do
all
on the
I'm hearing
bed?
is that Horatius is not Roman. He's actually
Horatius,
Greek.
what are we gonna do on the bed?
Pomp.
I mean, if Horatius was super fucking
We're gonna
aggressive,
fucking become brothers,
maybe you
and then we're
could
gonna
have
fight
fucking
better.
made him a gay boy. I don't know.
A gay boy?
So,
Really?
No, that's the only question I wanted to know. So, about a 4 out of 10. Is that okay?
Quote unquote normal clothes, still for uniform.
Iris, scale of 1 to 10, would you California smash Reinhardt's daughter?
Yes.
How many
That's
percent?
not a scale.
How many percent? I'm gonna
Because it cannot be on the scale.
How many percent? 1,000,000% Detroit smash?
I would say 500%.
500%.
Yeah, 500%.
So that's a decent Nevada smash.
Yes, Nevada smash.
The solid Utah smash.
It's not the United States of Smash. That's
No,
reserved for
not quite
the.
United States.
If I'm honest, that's reserved for the Oni.
No, that's reserved purely for Anri.
So
No, that's
it's not
reserved
my United
purely
States or
for
whatever.
cat girls. Any cat girl.
Most
If you're
attractive
wondering, by
person
the way,
existing?
why the campaign is called Sins of the Fathers, you probably got some ideas now that I've spoiled so much, but it's due to 3 characters. One of them is Anri, because she did a lot of bad things that we haven't gone into. The next one is Reinhardt, because of reasons you already know. Who do you think is the third one?
Gordon.
Nope.
What?
The third one was actually
Logan?
Logan.
Logan, oh.
That was my next gift.
Plot armor!
Logan.
So, wait, what's this bad shit that Henri did?
Well,
Created mages.
the reason she left the demon world is because at that point, remember, her brother went down in history as the as the, pretty much the big daddy of magic. That's actually a lie. Anri is the one, but her brother bullied her out of that spot. Anri had to run away from the demon world. So when she ran away,
Bullied.
she literally ended up in the human realm with Reinhardt's little kids, basically you guys.
Please, no bully.
Yeah,
Please,
she
no
went
bully.
to the Who's Your Daddy realm, and she started teaching you shit. So here's the problem. The reasons the portals started popping up way sooner than Reinhardt would have liked is because Anri started teaching you fucks about magic. You guys are the reason the portals started popping up so soon,
Oh.
before you were ready.
You know
So
what I love?
basically, Anri's crime is that she introduced magic, and she's in a way responsible for you guys getting demon portals.
Wow.
One
Reinhardt's
sentence
crime is basically
vindicates me
when he
on
fought
both
Grima,
characters.
when he fathered the Age of Kings, and when he created humanity. And Logan's sins, well, his sins basically begin during the time the first portal was open, but he solidified his crimes during the second portal in the capital when Sarkania fell.
So
Just saying, Anri's the reason for all of it has hated both Vendrick and
So-
Horatius's point.
I
The
gotta.
mages are responsible for everything.
Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
I
Fucking
wasn't
mages.
wrong.
Well, no. Here's the thing: if Reinhardt hadn't done a lot of stuff, then Anri wouldn't be responsible for anything. So technically, it started with Reinhardt.
Yeah, but that
Who
being
technically
said,
did all that because of Grima.
though, I'm gonna guess that the copies of Henri weren't really Henri this entire time. Maybe the actual Henri's body, the super powerful godlike magic demon.
Andre's
Was
real
in
body is inside
tower?
the tower.
Yeah, I thought
It's
so.
on the top. Remember how she said to Vendrick, one day when you inherit this tower, I will allow you on the upper floor, the floor at the very peak, the top. That floor basically has nothing but a sarcophagus where Andre's real body is.
So,
I was gonna go ahead and assume
Wow.
that will never happen.
Oh no, she fully intended him that if he proves himself worthy, eventually she's gonna let him in there.
that being
He,
said,
kind of
he, would-
failed,
he-
though.
basically,
No,
the reason Andre was very
did not.
lenient with him is because the tower is one huge death trap. She doesn't need to judge if somebody is worthy of her power and knowledge because the tower does that for her. If you can survive everything the tower throws at you, then yeah, at the end, no matter what type of person you are, you will be worthy to have this knowledge and this power, so it doesn't matter. So if Vendrick managed to conquer the tower, she would have had no qualms about him leaving all her knowledge, all her power, and all and her mission in his hands, because at that point he would have been worthy.
yeah. So, is she still technically alive in that sarcophagus? Is she still
Yes,
technically
she
alive?
is technically alive, and that sarcophagus, the body there, holds all the information from when she began her life to the point where she was stasis there. But the spell is cast that as soon as the sarcophagus opens up and she awakens, her true body is basically gonna send off a beacon to all the body doubles, kill them instantly, eat all their power and memories, and she's gonna be a perfect Anri. Basically, she's gonna remember absolutely everything and have her full power.
So, what would she have been like if we, basically revived her? Would our interactions with her before make sure she doesn't...
She would remember absolutely everything. Absolutely everything.
Just saying, because you mentioned to me at the start of the campaign about this concept of mage, and how one of her copies could be absolute fucking dog shit evil or something, often
Yeah, that's the thing, because the copies, they're just pieces of a puzzle. But when the true body awakens, the puzzle is complete.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's only one reason to do once you get to the top of the tower and she gives knowledge.
So, yeah, but what would have happened?
Throw your own copies across the world and get into the sarcophagus yourself.
Oh my god, Vendrick would have done that, wouldn't he?
I would have absolutely done that, yeah.
No,
It's the
no.
only reasonable thing to
So,
do.
try to stop him. This is not because of you gain power. I cannot handle more than one of you. No.
I just.
But
is
it's
that
gonna
not
become
what
a
should have
Saturday
happened?
morning cartoon villain. Every week you kill him.
It's like, fuck off, Vendrick.
You start going, but didn't you have a spell to stop this? Yeah, but it's not like it matters. I'd rather get one more lightning bolt in. Pew pew, see you
Aha!
tomorrow, cunt.
You killed me 100 times in a row. I was fooling you into a false sense of security. Now on the 101st time, I'm just gonna actually kill you.
So,
Well, this time I'm going to use melee only. See how it goes for me.
so here's the thing. What would have happened by that point? Because she remembers she had friends and everything like that.
At that point, you guys would have known a lot of the stuff that I just spoiled for you. So she would have flat out come out and answer any questions you have. And like, if you're mad at me, I understand. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. It's not like I can change anything. That it's a done deal now. So what are we gonna do now?
If she was totally up for still joining us, it would be like,
Also keep
Oh,
in
that's
mind,
seems
because
like-
of the spoilers I gave you, she knew from the very beginning that you guys time traveled. She, because of how old she is, she knows everything about the fucking Oven Empire. She knows everything about fucking mages and what things are happening. So basically, a lot of the problems that you go around trying to prevent and trying to save people, she has the knowledge to stop that, to prevent that, but she never did.
Well, that's true, but Iris is all about
Oh!
her own freedom, so it's like, I don't want anybody to tell me what I should do.
I just realized something that I forgot to ask about. What the fuck was with those 3 gods with the chest stuff and the holy janitor?
Oh, the multiple world thing? Oh, that was due to, like our multiverse type thing, I believe.
Actually, that was at some point gonna be brought up again because of the memory crystal. She was gonna pop up again to check up on you guys, and she was basically gonna make you a small offering. That's basically how you were gonna get Alexander Stoneface from the Fox wife.
It's like, yes, these are weapons of a great former hero. Wait, what was he called?
Fair,
Hero
those
what?
Stoneface were used to hold a demon invasion and literally slaughter 4 generals.
Well, that was some of the greatest roles I have ever done, was when I killed those generals, but...
And that's why I love Dungeon World, dude, because you can actually do epic shit like that.
That's why I like the Star Wars thing, because you can do the same. But otherwise, it's like... Yeah, it's like, I remember those. That would have made me smile, I have to admit. It's like...
Oh, so
Game
that
of
was
Thrones.
just kind of a... out of
Here's the thing, if you remember the
game
quote-unquote
thing.
celestial janitor, she told you about 6 gods and how basically hinted that their favorite pawn are humans, because no matter what happens, humans never let the gods roll the dice, which means that humans decide their own fate. They don't let somebody decide their fate for them. That's why they're the gods' favorite toy. So while Grima and the other 3 dragons that started everything, quote unquote, are technically gods, they're still beings, they're still corporeal, they're still physical beings, they still bleed, they can still be killed. The 6 gods that she references, those are ones that are truly omnipotent, that they can never die. And there is actually 1 7th entity, the 6 gods and the necromancer. The necromancer, because it rules over death, she can never in any sense or form die, because she literally is death. So those 7 beings are the only ones that can technically be considered gods.
Except for, the 3 gods.
And here's the reason why. The 4 elements, earth, water, fire, and wind. Then we have light, which is divine, holy. And then we have darkness. And the last one, the 7th one, necromancy, which was created from a combination and a mix of all the others. That's how the necromancer was created. And the necromancer is the strongest one. So basically there's 6 gods, but over everything death rules, the necromancer. And that's basically lore, because our worlds that Ash and I do are in a multiverse. He basically, in one of his previous campaigns, 2 worlds merged. And in my campaign, I gave the origin story of how the gods came to be and how the necromancer came to be. And how in that story, him and some other heroes basically became quote-unquote janitors to make sure that the ripple effect caused by some events there will not affect other worlds. However, spoilers, your world was affected by that ripple effect. And that's why the 2 worlds were merged between the demons and the humans. If you went to the God Realm, you'll notice that there's about 500 or 600 gods there. Yours are the only ones that the Ovens just basically chose to worship.
It's like some hanging about. It's like, wait, I fucking told you, Horatius.
What, you mean those lesser angels?
They
No,
are
I'm talking
gods.
gods. Look, right there, the gods.
By the way, the funny thing would have been with the corruption going ahead, and if you guys decided to basically topple the Ovean family, eventually at some point angels were gonna fight on your side. And guess what? Since technically angels are a thing in the Ovean Holy Scrolls, the Ovean family would have had a very difficult time spinning that. Look at those angel-looking demons helping the enemy. Oh no, don't be fooled, people.
Oh my god, there's summoning giant demon armors. Ignore it shouting that it's the guardian of heaven.
Ignore that demon armor that's screaming its heavenly aegis and it's protecting the heavens. Look at that fucking
What's me? There are a lot of demon griffins about lately.
Yeah, I've heard there was like a holy demon paladins or something like that. Yeah.
Oh shit, it's
I mean,
Lulu.
assuming the Ovens didn't fucking murder you guys, so.
You see,
That would
that
be fine.
giant heavenly armor is being controlled by Lucrezia Klein. Obviously, it's heresy.
Obviously, it's
Also,
heresy.
by the way, in case it wasn't apparent, when Trisha, like I said, she was gonna basically save your family from the assassins, the next thing she would have done is basically bow down and offer her sword and fealty, and that to all her paladins, because at that point you would know that she technically is not a traitor, but just like you, she was deemed that she's a very inconvenient person to the fucking Ovian royal family, and they all would have offered their swords in service to you guys.
See, at that point, you basically are just guilting me into accepting it. Also, what did we do wrong?
You exist.
Overachieved. Guess what? Nobody likes overachievers.
Look, I think you'll find everyone likes me. I have a +3 to being near me for being so goddamn handsome.
I'm
Nobody
sorry,
likes
Horatius.
overachievers.
They don't like your
Guess
pretty
who likes
face.
overachievers? The prince loves overachievers. Guess who doesn't like overachievers? The
Ovea.
Ovians.
You underestimate the power of a cheeky right place.
Cheeky breaky.
But yeah, eventually you would have had a lot of interesting interactions with him, Ash, and you would have seen his more clumsy and human side. And like I said, deep down, despite how he does things, he is technically a good person. He would have made a good father and a good husband.
Mm-hmm.
And did
Yeah,
they
he just
already
loves
answer how
negging
happy
people.
the wedding would have been?
That being said, oh yeah, how would a wedding go? Would there have been assassins?
To have basically been raped by a guy with real bones.
Ah,
Oh
we
no,
made
I
that
already
joke.
asked that question.
Nah,
Was
The answer was
yes?
no.
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 Ooh.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but they would have just fucked. I'm sorry you don't get your fetishes today.
It's not a fetish, it's a
Any other
meme.
questions? I'm kind of getting tired. Come on. Let's go.
Not really, not from me, apart from what would have a god said if we all met them.
Good job, Adam. Keep it up. The rest of you are plebs.
Well, I don't know. It depends on which god you would have seen first. Some of them.
Oh,
probably would have-
Shaylin.
Cool,
Wait,
we got,
wait.
we got new
To
people. They
clarify.
must have killed the dragon too.
Which gods are we talking about here? Are we talking about the humans who ascended, or are we talking about the
The
actual
humans
gods?
who ascended.
Oh.
No, it's essentially
What?
going up to them, and Eos would probably go, Shaylin, the fuck?
And then she'd look right past you and
she'd
somehow
look,
point to
she'd
me
look straight
instead.
at you, Iris, and go, "It's not my fault. She misinterpreted what I was trying to tell her."
It's like, and then you don't bother talking to me,
I can't.
woman.
By the way, yeah, that was gonna be such a cool moment if eventually it reached to the point where you find out literally Reinhardt is the one that created humanity, and he like just looks at you and laughs. Who's your daddy? Haha! You spent your
Who's
entire
your-
life.